keeps his Bible the way he keeps his house.
Parce que je sais que chacun garde sa Bible de la même manière qu'il garde son cœur.
You cannot have a book of God.
Tu ne peux pas avoir un livre de Dieu
and treat it carelessly.
Et le tenir avec négligence.
That's the same way you treat the heart that you are giving to God carelessly.
C'est la même manière que tu traites le cœur que tu as donné à Dieu, c'est-à-dire avec négligence.
Hold up your Bible now, let us.
Maintenant, lève ta Bible.
Brother Theodore's message at the 18th night of the Fasting, Praise and Prayer Crusade was a further introduction to David as a nation builder. Reading from 1 Chronicles 11 verse 10, Brother Theodore explained that in this passage, the prophet is beginning to show us what went in the building of the kingdom David built. He dissected the passage into 10 building blocks. First, God had made a promise. His will was known. Second, David was to be king, leader of Israel for the will of God to be accomplished. Third, David was committed to building the kingdom God had promised. Fourth, David needed help. Fifth, different categories of people brought different categories of help. Sixth, all of Israel was committed to that promise of God and committed to David and committed to the kingdom David was to build. Seventh, some individuals who knew the will of God for Israel decided to help David in a special way. They brought in a distinct contribution to help David. For them, helping David meant to accomplish the will of God for Israel. These were the mighty men of David. 8. There was a stratification among these mighty men. 9th, among the mighty men there were chiefs, and their chieftaincy was established by the fact that they brought greater contribution than the other mighty men. And 10th, among the chiefs, David finally took responsibility. David remained the bigger contribution and bigger contributor of all. But Theodore commented that there are kingdom builders, there are success bringers, and there are leaders anointers, those who bring love to the leader to give him strength to continue and succeed. We are not the same, and it is not God that makes the difference. It is what you are ready to do, underscored the leader, as he announced that we shall study and pray this for our ministry. Providing background, Brother Theodore said, there is a set of 3 great leaders who bear the kingdom of Israel, namely King Saul, King David, and King Solomon. And these had different paradigms of leadership. King Saul's leadership was characterized by 3 A's: anointing, authority, ruined by anger. Indeed, King Saul had such anointing and authority that nobody ever said him no, nobody ever rebelled against him. Through anointing and authority, King Saul gathered a nomad people into a nation. However, he was ruined by his anger against David. Then David comes on stage to build this kingdom that Saul failed to build. And in his life, you also find 3 M's: might, men, ruined by murder, the murder of Uriah. And finally, Solomon with 3 W's, namely wisdom, wealth, ruined by women. Brother Theodore commented that these 3 kings show 3 stages of leadership: anointing and authority to gather and mobilize, men and might to build, and wisdom and wealth to overflow. He then disclosed that where our ministry is now, we need men and might to build God's spiritual nation. Let us, however, beware of murder, that is, jealousy, envies, individualism, killing of others' names, suspicion, gossip, slander, inability to work with others, sectarism, and others. As we learn from David, please make room in your hearts for others. What is at stake is the great spiritual nation God has called us to build, Brother Theodore said. We must build with might, we must build with men, he added, as he led the brethren to read 2 revival tracts, namely, the call to exceedingly great deeds, and churches of great, very great, very, very great numbers, a must in Christian Missionary Fellowship International.
What is at stake is the great spiritual nation God has called us to be.
Ce qui est en jeu, c'est la grande nation spirituelle que Dieu nous a appelés à bâtir.
We must build with might.
Et il nous faut bâtir avec la vaillance.
We must build with men.
Il nous faut bâtir avec des hommes.